And shit, like, we better do a play.
All right. Like the two grumpy men on the Muppets and shit. Hey, what's up, Guan? Bonjour, famille. Bon Jonas here, and I'm here with,
Nick been dope.
and we about to do Lab Legends at Emerald Dreams Lab. Let's get started.
Come on.
All right, so look, I usually ask, like, who's such and such, what do you do, and why? But let me kind of jump ahead for you because I actually found you through Save It for the Podcast. I found you through Indelible Rudy and several other artists. And I've actually had the chance to, I don't want to say watch you grow, but watch my knowledge of you grow as I start to find out more and more what you do. So not only are you a public figure, like a lot of cats locally know you and rock with you, and we'll get into that. You do music, you got a podcast, you're in the community, you work with your hands. So I guess the real question is, like, how long has Nick been dope?
Since '05.
Since '05.
Probably before that, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just remember being in like first grade,
Damn.
smacking everything. Like I got, and I often go back to it. Like I got my like field day medals.
Okay.
Like I got them in the crib, like
Ready
in my
to, like,
first drawer, just to remind myself to stay on that. Because sometimes when you the best, you'll wait for everybody else.
Ooh.
And try to help everybody else.
Okay.
Instead of just continuing to do you and let them grow
You know,
with you.
that's
you know.
something that off camera we were talking about, and you had mentioned how were in the sports, or you're an athletic person, and so I immediately was like, all right, so you're a competitive, are you a competitive person? And he was like, nah, not really. Now I understand, because it's really not about the competition, it's about the act, and it sounds like getting everybody up to the level so that everyone's performing at a certain level of excellence too. It's about the action
And I guess I ain't ever really looked at it like that, because I ain't even saying people got to get on my level.
Okay.
I was just always ahead of my time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but me, I would often wait. Like if somebody lost and they sitting there mad, I don't feel good about winning if you're over there mad.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I dumb myself down sometimes when I should have just, I could have been 50 times further.
Right.
If I did not worry about certain, you know what I mean, certain things except myself.
Okay. Let's dive into your career of sorts, right? Your creative career, because you do a lot of different things. You got to do a lot of different hats, multifaceted, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what sparked like your first sense of creativity? Like, what was your first core memory in terms of being creative and producing something?
As far as music?
It could be anything, but music. Let's go with that. I mean, it could be a damn.
I'm gonna go music. Like I say this all the time. My guys were the dope ones.
Okay.
Like just all my guys did music and did things of sorts. But I feel like doing sports, it makes you. That's a creative as well, because I feel like sports and music, it all goes hand in hand.
Absolutely.
So if I had to say, it might have been sports, because I was one that I wanted to be first, and not competitive, but I just felt like me being me, nobody can really beat me, bro.
Right.
So it's like I need to go hard every single time. So that was the first sense of
This
like being
energy.
creating something.
Yeah.
So and that became, like I said, so easy.
And then let's get into the music side of creativity and like first song, first core memory. That's
first
like,
song,
I'm
bro.
fucking make some music.
I was with my folks at the lab. Trife Bendo is his name.
Okay.
And my homie Bam, they did music. I linked them together, and I'm just sitting at the lab with them.
Oh, so you're not even making music? You just
I'm just with them.
Okay.
Linking to everybody, networking people together. So I believe it was Bam that was like, "Hey man, Nick, come do this hook or something."
Oh,
what? I don't know if he said it or I said it, but
doing
however go, I did a hook. Okay. Did a hook, and that's what it sparked it from there.
So what was it about that?
It wasn't. I just wanted to get better.
Okay.
And everybody around me did music.
Okay.
So from there, and that's what sparked it to now. Never knew I would need it. Not knowing, I wouldn't. My pops did music, played the saxophone, played in the band,
Okay.
worked for Hot 103. I didn't, but I went around Pops to
Okay.
even know it, to know
Okay.
I already had it.
Mm.
But that sparked it, and then from there,
That's
it all
beautiful.
made sense. You know
That's
what I
some
mean?
universe shit,
Yep.
where it just
Yep.
like aligns itself. Okay, all right. So I mean, we're getting the career, we're getting the spark of the creativity, we're getting the background in the sense of like sports and athletics, but it's not so drilled into that. It's really the experience and how you approach it,
Yep.
and that seems to apply to the music as well. Um, one thing I want to shift a little bit on there is KC, because
Yep.
you have a unique perspective on a lot of things, which is why I was very interested in interviewing you. You've already shown that now. So with that, from your perspective, what makes KC unique for you?
I just feel like we in the middle of the map. For me, or just like
Well, let's
my
go with
take, my
both. But
take
yeah,
on KC.
your take. Yeah.
We in the middle of the map, so
Okay.
I feel like we take from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We can kind of be chameleons,
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, but at the same time, we still got our own style, and we're actually, to me, doper than a lot of
Ooh.
artistry. I think we one of the dopest in the nation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we just from here. It's so many dope people from here, and it's like we didn't grow up on chopped and screwed. So now because now this state is a chopped and screwed state,
Mm-hmm.
or this state is just all lyrics. I feel like we pull from everywhere, but we already got our own
Right. That own grit and that
dopeness.
sound
Yeah.
and that
So
original core. Okay.
I just feel like, and once we do it, it's beautiful.
Man, I fuck with it. I like.
That's just what I feel like.
That's one of the best answers, man. That's one of the. A lot of people says the uniqueness of KC is how unique it is and how it brings so many different things together, which is akin to what
Yeah.
you're saying. But you're like, nah, hold on. We already dope, and then we take all this otherness because we're in the middle and make it even better and filter it out in a whole different way.
Yeah, even on a small scale here, you can take artists from everywhere, every different parts of everywhere. And like for instance, me, like I was around people that who can make, like my homie Bam, he can make songs very well.
Okay.
Trife could always spit, and he mixed and mastered.
Mm-hmm.
My homie Midnight, I feel like he was just the best rapper overall.
Just the whole
Period.
setup. Okay.
My cousin Sarah, she could, like everybody just had their own niche. So me, guess what I got in my gumbo pot? I got all of them, but I got my own uniqueness as well. So once I found that, and also was able to take from all of them whatever I needed. Okay, let me grab. Okay, I like how he did. I seen his work ethic, but I already got work ethic, but I seen his. You know what I mean?
Right.
When we leave, he's still up mixing and mastering. I'm like, hey, bro, you seen that song yet?
I think I've been saying that.
You know, so
Okay.
like even on a small scale, just like we just got so much people. We got so many people that's just dope and just do what they do.
And they add it.
You can pick, yeah, man. So, and just, and if I could take anything back, I'm going on a tangent here, but
No, you fine.
we used to, we spent so much time on who's the dopest. I spent years on like representing for my guys, saying they the dopest, they this, they that, instead of just enjoying that moment and letting them kind of move around as well,
Right.
and just get people to tap in with them without being, I'm not gonna say negative, but when you say I'm the best, it puts a negative thing on you. Period.
Right. It automatically puts that.
Automatically,
yeah,
bro. It's
a
always
target on your
yeah.
back.
They
Like,
gon'
yeah.
they looking for your flaws at the gate at that point.
All right. So speaking of flaws, I love your segues, man. This flows real naturally. So my real question is, what is old school to you now? Because with 50 years of hip hop, we've had multiple, let's say, changes in the genre, right?
Yeah.
We're at multiple eras at this point. So to you, what is old school hip hop? And when someone says like, "Oh, well, that's old school," or "That sounds old school," is that a compliment now, or is that a insult?
It depends on how they say it. Because if somebody say, "Boy, you rap like you from the old school," that'd be like a jab, low key.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Like, so
saying?
what is it? Slow? Is it what is it? Old school's more, I think of a lack on Vogues. I'm thinking of Too Short. I'm thinking of the Gap Band. Isley, but you know, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's really old school. As far as rap, I don't really just thinking nothing, just really just stupid old school like that.
So old
Cause you,
school is a vibe to you, or a
yeah, it's a
certain
vibe.
sense,
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah,
styles.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
vibe. It's a barbecue tank tops.
Exactly. Okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean? I
okay.
ain't looking at it as a Kumo D, and I ain't looking
Ah,
at it.
that's a
I'm not looking at it
strong
like that.
differentiation though that some people don't put together. Because what you're saying in that old school, that wouldn't be a cool Mo D. That could be um, Will Smith in summertime
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
joints.
for sure. Yeah, a box Chevy, old school. You know what? So it just
Man, Rick Ross is it.
Messy Marv could be old school.
Messy Marv is definitely old school, and I love that you brought that up because I love it. For me, being from California and from the Bay, being a transplant here to KC,
Yeah.
it was one of the biggest things that I was able to jump onto or glom onto was like they love the Bay here.
Yep.
It's a real connection. So you being a lifer in KC, a town boy, you love the city, you love the town. What is a connection to the Bay?
I don't know what the connection was, bro. I have no idea.
Is
But I like most of the I tapped in the what's the JP Bangs? That was from there, from the Bay. I fool with Cash from
mm,
Cash and Rod. I got a song with Ryder J. Clyde. I always wanted to work with Cash. Cash, that was where Ryder J. Clyde,
right, right. You
the
pulled that
Mafia.
off, yeah.
I always wanted to work with him, but you know he ended up passing
Oh shit.
back in the day. You don't know Cash? Cash
No,
and Ryder J. Clyde?
no. I know Ryder J. Clyde. I don't know
Yeah, he used
Cash.
to rap with him. Yeah,
Man, I
yeah.
gotta go
So,
get my fucking
oh yeah, yeah. He
research
was
up.
fired. Cash was fired.
Now look, this is to me, this is a hip hop moment when someone brings some knowledge like, oh, you need to like you can check, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a beautiful
man.
thing. So now I'm okay, Cash. Let me make my notes. You know what I'm
Yeah. So
saying?
we was fooling with Scott Baller.
Okay,
You fool with Scott Baller?
I've heard of him. Yeah,
Oh yeah. How old are you?
I'm 45.
What?
Yeah,
Would have never guessed that. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm
it's
old school.
a hustler. But yeah, we listened to all them cats, man. From I don't know where that connection was.
Right, and that's just
I don't know
just.
if it was Rich. I don't know if it was.
Oh,
I don't know who it was.
I
I need to
forget.
do
Like
my
I don't mean
homework.
to say I forget about Rich because he's a big factor here, pun intended. But he's so KC, but he's also the Bay, and I just sometimes I forget that is like a strong bridge right
Yeah,
there,
yeah, and he was one of the ones that was traveling outside this. Like
constantly
me, I
too.
was just worrying about the city. I wasn't worrying about when I was making music. I wasn't worrying about fans.
Okay,
Like if I
okay.
could rewind it back, I would try to get a fan in every city.
Okay. But
Like
you
that
was
would
still
be
trying to
my
be
goal.
dope though, cause Nick
I
been
was
dope.
just rapping, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say how that name even came up, but I wasn't worried about who listened, who did what. We was just damn near competing with just our town,
Right.
our city, which is crazy, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I would just try to get a fan in every city.
In hindsight, you go back and just like
Yeah, even now,
network
like
a
I
little
still
more.
try to do stuff like on every album I got, I try to get a new feature.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why I got so many features in there and people pay attention. I ain't gonna say people pay attention because they won't, but I'm gonna start letting it be known. Like, see, this is what I was on this.
Mm-hmm.
I get
Mm-hmm.
a new feature every album.
Now, I want to talk about the features. We'll get into that a little bit, but one thing I want to talk about is when it comes to the features, when it comes to your music, what is your approach? Not to collabing, but to make. What's your approach to creating music in, let's say, your style of rap? Because you have a distinctive style, and
Yeah,
so like, how did you develop that style, and how is it developing as you continue to make music?
like I said, I had to develop being that I was the worst one out the group. My guys were the dopest ones.
Right,
So this
right.
was something like I was telling you outside. Once I do something, I just want to get better at it. And that's what this was. I could play something from back then. You can
Like, bro,
yeah, it
look,
wasn't it. You know, my guys never told me it wasn't it though.
okay, because they
They
must have seen
never
it, or
told. I don't know why they didn't.
okay,
I could listen now. I'm like, bro, why would y'all put me on that?
why'd you let me
Why
do
y'all
that?
didn't tell me I was trash? You know, so
And they were spazzing too, so it was like
they
you could
spazzing. So
tell
I'm
that.
on it. I'm like, damn, y'all should have took me out for that. Make this a better song and put somebody. But it helped me to be me
Mm,
right now, and it helped me to be more confident with it. being out, my guys was already monsters.
Right.
So I had no choice
You
but to
had
get better. That's
right.
like me playing with Jordan and Pippen and Wooter Wooter. Whatever I do, I got to do my role good then.
Right. You have such a sports-minded mentality, in the sense of being a team player.
Yeah.
In the sense of, again, you're not a competitor, but you definitely
Yeah.
compete with yourself.
Yeah.
And like, yo, I gotta step it up. So like, was that always the case, or
Always, bro.
before
Always.
sports even? Like,
Always. But
okay.
always.
Is
I
that a
don't know
family
why.
culture thing, or is that a Nick thing?
I think it's a Nick thing,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
I could play with the dopest people, but I'd rather play with. Give me one other person that can score, cool.
We good.
And then we can give us three. Like, bro, y'all talking crazy. Y'all beat us, but you know what we had.
Right.
And then I feel good about the guy who was with me. Like, hey, Nick, bro, go score. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get you this pass.
There it is again. There's that elevation.
You know what I mean?
Man.
I'm gonna get you this
There
pass. And I've had a guy like, bro, I ain't what. Bro, no, Nick, no, take over this, bro. They talk, Nick, do it. I'm like, bro, you sure?
Let it go.
Are
Let
you
that go
sure?
out. Let that Vegeta out.
But and he'd be like, bro, no, go on, come on, let's win.
So
I ain't caring about the win, bro. I was like that.
How does that? How does all of this, when it comes to your personal, you compete with yourself. You're working to elevate people. You got the bars. You're into the music. Your people around you are musical and doing the thing. How does all that translate into the podcast now for you? Which is called Right in the Nick of Time.
Yeah. Right in
Crazy
the nick of
fucking name.
time.
That is a dope name for a
I
podcast.
appreciate it. I just think it's easy because I like to talk to at the end of the day. So it's just social media. We was kind of social media before it was that. We always argued. I always had my own view on stuff.
Okay.
The trolling, they could say I was a troll, but I've been doing this.
So you was the troll of your group?
I ain't gonna say the troll, but I'm always gonna have the.
Got that.
You like Jordan? I'm gonna tell you why I don't like him.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Contrarian.
Like, I ain't bro. Okay. Jordan cool. He ain't got no handle like that. You know what I mean? So I was just always that.
Okay.
So this social media stuff is so simple. Like I could easily go. I could put on a dress and record a dope ass track and go viral.
Right.
You know, so I don't. It's super easy, but I would not. My integrity wouldn't allow me to just
go out there.
I ain't gonna do it. But like if I needed to go viral, something I'd do it. But not even. But I'm dead serious though. This ain't even no troll.
Right.
I'm serious. I ain't doing this for the internet. I'm dead serious. So certain times I just hold my, yeah, you just trolling. Like, okay, bro. Like,
well, I think it translates well into your podcast. I got to see the first one that came out with Al Breeze, but even when you were doing Save It for the podcast, and it was actually one of the things that stuck out to me was your perspective, and I said that a few times, even afterwards. And so I want to quickly do a quick tangent.
Okay.
What is why Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
I want to pick on you about Lil Wayne because I know it was Lollipop and Wild Thoughts. I think was one of the things that we was kind of initially debating about. But why is Lil Wayne such the cultural focus? And which generation does he belong to?
All of them.
Ooh. So no one generation can claim him right now?
Nope. I don't think so. Because I just feel like he took like he changed every 5 years. I ain't gonna say every 5 years. This is just me just eyeballing it. Every 5 years he evolved though. He came in as a kid, so I can't really just hold him to well, so and so wrote for him, and so and so this,
right.
So and so that. Well, they had to. He was too young, but what we seen, he changed the game, like for music and for looks, and he's still here.
Right.
At the end of the day, too, though. So
I can hear that.
I think that's when you the best, you gonna get put up there like that. Wayne is like LeBron.
Right. And you can't avoid that. Like
he's
we said,
great. But yeah, he got flaws.
Right.
But he's still great. It's nothing.
And the bars are still. I'm not knocking. I'm not a hater, y'all. The bars are still crazy. I'm not gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about. This could be a difficult conversation. But I want to talk about Black people and Christianity.
Okay.
So, my real question is, why are we so intertwined with the church? And I asked that to you because in our conversations we had, you're openly um, transparent about your love of God,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so for me, and I may be stereotyping, I immediately translate that into Christian, and you go to church, and so I assume you have some of that experience. So,
Yeah.
from a respectful standpoint, I just want someone else to be able to kind of elaborate on like that connection, that intertwinedness that we have with the church.
I think that's where, what you mean for as the, how does that connect with what we do?
All of
Or
it from your perspective, I guess. How does it
I'm
connect
going
to
to
what
just
we
go
do?
from
But
my
more so,
perspective.
why? Here's my real question: why are we, as a community, the black community, so connected to the church or to Christianity?
I can't say we just connected though like that. I think
Okay,
some are, some aren't.
okay,
I can only go for me, right? I feel like all my love starts from there.
oh
So
shit,
before I did any sports, before I did anything, I was in church.
okay,
And the right from wrongs. And then if you did wrong, you see what happened.
mm-hmm.
I was always like, I was always on the side of right.
Okay,
I was basically born in the church. You know
okay.
what I mean? Not born in the church, but
That's
I was
your
born
whole
in church
experience.
Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday,
Okay, yeah.
Tuesday.
So,
You know, thank God to my auntie that she did do that. So I didn't have to be in the streets Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so not only did I grow up there, I've learned from my experiences. All right, church cool. I don't know if I believe all that, right? I go do some fuck shit, right? Guess what happened? A bunch of fuck shit happened. So once I do right, what happens? A bunch of good shit happened to me. So I've always teetered
yeah.
the line on everything, which is one of the reasons I kind of wanted to stray away from music.
Okay.
Music is
Wait, you
did more,
wanted to stray away?
yeah, for sure, because it's did more negative than positive.
Now, I did notice there was a bit of a gap in your discography, and I was going to ask about it. I was like, nah, you know, like, that's
And
whatever.
what
Okay.
years?
Shit, don't give me the line, but I
But
feel like 2010, somewhere around there. But because I'm trying to visualize the discography in my head.
yeah, but make a long story short, I was I'm a church cat
Okay.
at heart. You know what I
Right.
mean? So where everybody going left, I need to go right.
That's where you feel
But
that's
like if my guys is in a, I'm gonna go here knowing I was supposed to go this route. I know it's about to happen, know what could happen, but I'm so loyal to the soil. It's gonna lead me down this path, which is stupid. And some of this, and I can only go from my experiences, bro. Anytime I did anything crazy or stupid, I always came back.
right
So
because
this is
you
why I'm gonna believe in the church. Period.
right.
Like I had nothing but positive things happen from me. I played ball in the church in '99, right? I learned to play better defense.
Mm,
Uh, Learned the word, and I just started being more positive. After basketball, they had baseball season.
okay.
That's why I learned how to play baseball. I wasn't good at it. My
Right.
first year, I won. You know, and I was a pitcher. You know, so just being around that environment, it
That's
just made
making
me
you grow.
grow. Yeah, this it have made me grow, but not. I didn't got more enemies because I'm already know who's the best. Who's this, that, and third.
Yeah.
I'm going broke spending all this money on music.
Ooh.
This that. It's just too much. That's I'm losing time with the fam.
Right.
Like
Right.
I ain't
That's a
bringing a fam
major
to the
thing.
lab, and
Right. So
it's
okay,
yeah, it's just yeah.
let's let's talk a bit about the fact that you kind of stepped away from music because I do want to get into. We talked about your podcast. We talked about the career and some of the things that are making the gumbo of
Yeah,
Nick and Dope. And here we are now. We got Right in the Nick of Time, which is the podcast, and then you just released you're working on an album
yep.
that's about to come out. Let's talk about that a little bit. And why did you decide to come back to music? First of all, when did you decide to come back? Why? And then is that what got us to this recent release?
So I never left.
Okay.
Honestly, I still had it in me, but real shit happened.
Okay.
To make a long story
Right.
short, but music was the one thing that kept me from crashing out.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, in a sense.
That's a real
So
thing.
and it's when I had nobody, I had music.
Okay.
So that's what kind of kept me going with that. And then as I kept going, I'm getting better.
At the music. Okay.
As I'm getting better, I'm really ready to quit though. So
How
as
does
I'm
that
getting
feel?
better, terrible. So as I'm getting better, this is happening for me. I always wanted to verse with this dude. Now this pops up out the blue. Now he ready to do,
So is the universe telling you like, don't go, like
and that's what the message was. I gotta learn to just listen to the signs and kind of just
trust
let
that gut? And,
get divine timing.
hmm
Like I kind of believe in that, and now I'm just kind of going with the motions, but going with what makes sense for me and the family too. At the end of the day,
Right.
because like we spoke, I work 7 days a week. Then I get off and go do this. I do this. I do that. And do that. I spent so much. I didn't spend more time in the lab than I didn't spend with my kids
Right. Right.
or the
So
family. So now if they got issues, I'm the first one like, oh man, you tripping. Like, well, you know where I'm at. Like that don't mean
that
nothing. People
right.
on time. You
I know
know.
where
So
you're not at. With, right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like learning that. I ain't gonna say learning that because I always knew it. It's just putting a plan together and just doing it what matters and where you at. Where has this led you?
Mm.
I've met a lot of dope people, did a lot of dope shit, but now it's like over 40, I ain't about to keep making these same mistakes. And yeah,
Like,
it's just
like yeah, you can't hit that wall every time. Every
yeah,
time, like I
yeah.
need a
It's a
different
lot.
result. Well, you hit a certain age, and things change,
Yeah,
perspective
for
change,
sure.
and your needs change. Like, all
Yep.
right, I'm willing to do that, but this has got to be set up. So, and I want to tell you, I want to give you your flowers, bro, because one, any creative that allows themselves to be seen, there's a certain vulnerability to that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But you being able to stand on who you are, but also just have that unique perspective when it's so easy to go with the flow,
Yep.
that's a hard thing to do. So definitely like want to give you your kudos and your flowers for that, man. Um,
Appreciate it.
I want to ask. Okay, so I got a couple off cue questions I want to ask. So first of all, how do you eat your eggs?
Oh, crazy.
Fried, hard,
I'm
medium,
gonna go. It depends
scrambled?
on. So, I'm gonna go scrambled easy with cheese first. If I'm
Oh,
cooking them,
I knew you was
I'm
gonna
a
say cheese.
scrambled easy with cheese guy, right? But I'm gonna go medium,
Okay,
a little runny on my burger.
okay. Oh,
But
okay.
then after the gym, I'm gonna
Situational.
go in the morning. I'm gonna go exactly. I'm gonna
Okay,
go boil. I'm never going hard.
that's
Pause.
not
That was
you.
crazy.
So
But
no
yeah,
fried hard, none of
nah, that's out.
that.
Like
See,
yeah,
this
it's
is
like
why
well done. Well done is out.
this is why
Fried
we be
hard is
chopping like this. I
the
love it.
eggs are gone at this point. Like it's not even good. Like how's
Oh,
that
okay, hold
good?
on. See, you slandering fried, but I like it.
How's that good? Like what condition is a fried hard egg
On a
good?
sandwich, on a nice toasted bread with some or over some rice and get you. See, we going into a
Okay,
whole
I
other
got you.
segment.
So
But
I don't eat fried rice with it all like that. So
okay.
that okay, that makes sense.
All right. So here's a question I like to ask people. What is your apology dish? And so this actually comes from the wife, the canna chemist. If somebody pisses you off
Yeah.
or they just annoy you or whatever, and they're gonna come back and they're gonna say the right words.
Yeah.
But what's that dish that they can make, they can buy, they can bring you, and it could be a treat. Doesn't matter. There's like, okay, no, you get me, you get me. Come on, sit down, let's chop.
Oh, it's a lot. Man, you can pretty much do anything, bro. You can buy me a Chico stick, bro. You can actually just say sorry. Alfredo, spicy Alfredo, some fresh fish. You gonna get me easy. Schedule me some studio time. Schedule me
Ooh,
a haircut. Just real thoughtful. Like saying sorry go a long way.
right, a strong
Don't
word.
don't tell me sorry right then and there, but maybe later on,
Give it
maybe an
some
hour
time,
later,
think
after we didn't
about it.
went crazy with it, and then because I can go weeks without talking to you if we didn't.
Oh shit,
Yeah, but I hate it too
you a
because I
cancer?
also definitely I go weeks, but at the same time I also realize and I know that nigga we are not promised tomorrow too.
Mm,
That's my struggle, where I'm like I gotta fuck with this dude because I know tomorrow ain't promised.
right.
Anything can happen. A funeral happen, and then I'm going to the grave with this. Like this is
And we can't
trash,
have
and
that.
I fight. That's what I fight with. Forgiving even when I'm right.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? Or even if
ooh,
they right, and I
that's a
know I
tough
gotta
one.
go. You know, I can go. I can keep going. Like
That's eating
shit.
crow right there, bro. That's a big one.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this: you Ooh, no, I want to get this one. This one's a fun one. What's the dopest stage name you've ever heard? Besides Nick been dope.
And that's true. I don't really like that either, low key.
Damn.
Stage name. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna go with D12 or I'm gonna fuck with Drake the Boy. That ain't even
Ooh.
really a stage name,
But
but the Boy is just so funny, bro. You just know they talking about Drake.
that's fucked. I
For
like
what I
that.
don't know,
Ghostface Killer gotta have
I
I
like
don't
it.
even Ghostface Killer. You don't even want to hear my thoughts on
We're gonna
Ghostface.
say that for part two, because there's
Yeah,
some
you
more
don't
common
even
with
want to
this
hear
one.
my.
All right, so speaking of stage names, how did you? And you don't even like Nick Bendo,
No.
nothing that said. So how did you get that name?
So when I first started off rapping, I went as Nick B. That's just my original name.
Okay,
But when you type in Nick B, guess how many pull up?
20,000.
90,000 of them. So my homie rap, his name is Trife Bendo.
Okay,
So he was like, bro, actually he didn't even say nothing. He just sent me a screenshot of a Mexican dude named Nick Bendo or something. I'm like, no, it was Nick. Was it Nick Bendo? No, it was Nick B.
okay, okay.
I was like, what the fuck you sending? He said exactly. Like,
Right.
bro, all these fucking, I'm trying to find your shit.
Right.
And this is popping up. He's like, bro, just change your name to Nick Bendo. I only got Trife Bendo because somebody was saying something about Trife one day. I'm like, nigga, Trife Bendo.
Right.
And he
Right.
changed his name. He's like, bro, just change it because once you do that, you change your name. Not to say I want people to look at my shit, but
Right.
it'll go to my shit and your shit.
It's gonna feed both of y'all.
Yeah, so he was like, bro, just chime like, all right, bet, bro.
And
And that's how.
low
And
key
that's
though,
how it
that
went.
for me, when it comes to nicknames, I think that's the best ones when they're given to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it's you know what I mean, you earn it, but when it's like nah, bro, that's your name. You little fat.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
yeah, for
works.
sure.
You know what I mean? It feels more authentic, man. All right, so now we know the history of Nick Bendo.
Yep.
I don't know why you don't like it, but we're gonna maybe it's in a song somewhere. But let's talk about the project though. What is it? What's it called? And like, what are we gonna hear? Maybe different from what you've done before.
That's a good question. September 8th, I got Cheat Code coming out.
Cheat code.
Cheat Code, me and G5. Reason I named it Cheat Code is just anytime me and G5 link up,
Mm,
it's never been an issue.
okay.
Never, like we just feed off each other.
It's just gonna
So easy, bro. And like it's 13 songs,
Okay.
and I think we maybe did 3 sessions.
That's a lot for a project right nowadays. 13
Three
songs.
sessions, yeah, but
And
like
you
I
knocked it out in 3 sessions. So
3 or 4 maybe.
did y'all have those pre-written or
We
pre
had
like
maybe two. I think we had maybe 3 songs done already, but other than that, no.
so
It
10
came.
songs were developed and 3 finished out of 3 sessions.
The goal for me
Wow.
was my birthday was in July, so
Okay.
the different thing I wanted to do was drop every week in July.
Okay.
So I had all 3 weeks laced. The fourth week, I was gonna drop me and G5, but everything was going so good, and I got a specific feature
Mm,
that came on my birthday.
okay.
Right. So I got that feature. I'm like, let's take this project a little more serious.
Gotta step. We gotta.
Being
Yeah.
that this is going on there, I ain't got to really
Yeah.
drop it this month.
Right.
So after that, we cooked up some more, man, and it's just everything's a vibe. Me and him were both. I was going through it mentally. He had just lost. Don't quote me. Maybe seven people at his family in maybe 2 months. Maybe less than that. So I went to him like, hey, bro, you want to do a project?
Right.
You know what I mean? I know you ain't. I know it.
Right.
I'm going through it too. He was like, nigga, yeah, I
Say
ain't
less.
wrote.
Let's go.
I
Right.
ain't wrote in a minute. And then the first verse he came back with from not writing was, I'm like, nigga, you ain't writing. What?
So I wanna. That brings me to another question I want to ask about. As I was looking through your discography, you have a lot of features.
Yeah,
A shit ton of features, and I mean that in a good way.
yeah,
And what stands out to me, and I think I mentioned it before, is that you are so connected to the people in your city. But one thing I do want to ask is when it comes to hip hop, there's that sense of competition. It's what it is. It's a sport in a lot of ways. So when you're working with these collaborations and you're working with these folks, you sound so natural and grooving in the pocket. But I guess my question is, do folks still try to body each other on the beats, or are they just trying to make dope music now?
I've always focused on the I've always focused on the content. I never focused on the body unless it's a body song. I
Mm,
don't make songs to where you be like, oh, I'm at the body this. Well, you might body this, but I don't never. But if I do that, you would know it, and I want you to body it. Like maybe like a cipher beat or
right,
something like that. Like Juby the Truth.
right.
Like if that's who I'm going to. If I want some body,
That was the one that
I
made
want
me
you to
think of
body
that
that.
question too. I
You
was
know what I
hearing, I
mean?
was like,
So,
okay.
but at the same time, he gonna be able to write a dope ass perspective verse as well, though. So, if I'm an energy guy, so whatever
Mm,
the energy was, I'm gonna put you on something different than what you. I want to be able to play this 2 and 3, like we play pop
mm-hmm.
still. I want you to be able to play that, and you be like, boy, when y'all do that, you don't know when we did that,
Right.
cause
That
it,
shines through
you
all your
know,
discography.
yeah, and that's it. And then like these people I dealt with, some of them I've already had relationships with before the music,
Mm-hmm.
so there ain't nothing to really double back and really, fool with that. Juby was one of the ones I reached out to, I respected, I heard, and he always been on time,
Right, right.
stand up.
Like I said, that was the one that made me think like, yo, are they going in here? Like, it was just like I don't hear this aspect of people just trying to just body the beat and be better than each other. A lot of times I hear like it's a very strong collaboration vibe, which I'm not. There's no way either or. It's just like this guy has to know because he's working with so many people. You feel it?
And the crazy thing is, bro, I don't know. I was just saying this to somebody. All my features come through every. I've never had to be like, bro, I ain't using that, right? Never ever in life had to do that.
Right,
And I've been rapping since maybe '05, '06.
right. You've been at it, so
The features always go crazy on my projects to where I'm happy about it. I ain't know like, boy, I gotta go rewrite this.
right, right,
You know,
right.
unless it was something I wrote back in '07 or '08,
You gotta
I might you
update a
see
little
if
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
other than that,
understandable.
I'd rather do the song over with you. Like Kiwi had a song with Kiwi back in '07
Mm-hmm. So,
when I started rapping.
so
So
you
I had to
might
revamp.
redo that.
And that's why I did
Yeah.
double back with Shadows and Stones
Ooh.
with me, Kiwi, and Boy Big, which is my biggest song right now.
That's okay, okay. Bro, well, I don't. We're gonna have to do a part two of
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
This
for
has been a
sure,
hell of a conversation,
for
man.
sure.
So look, I want to ask though, and this is one of them, vague ones, big ones, but this is the last one before I get you up out of here, man. I
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time. But what fears did you have to conquer on your way to get to the level of confidence that you have now?
Man, my fears was dying before I got comfortable.
Oh shit, that's real as
Really,
hell.
yeah,
That's real.
that's it.
That's real.
Just really dying or something happening, something just stupid happening,
Mm-hmm.
um, and people not growing with me because I feel like even on the interview, man, you got one time to impress somebody. If I do some fuck shit, you just able to just leave me alone.
Right, right.
Me, I know I talk a lot, I do a lot. I could. It's a lot to deal with me. You know what I mean? So, afraid that people would take whatever I say and did and just hold me to that
To that one piece.
instead of my heart.
Ah, okay, okay.
Um, so having to fight for my heart, like, bro, you know my heart though.
Right.
We all fuck up. We all got some negative shit that somebody else
We all
said
talk
about
out
us.
our neck
We
randomly.
all got something. So
Yeah.
the fear of losing, I ain't gonna say just losing, but like me going stupid cold.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
I feel like I could be able to crash out at any time, especially dealing with music,
Right.
entertainment, anything.
People.
It's so much of a competition opposed to enjoying this.
Collaboration. And,
Collaborating and just enjoying the moment instead of like competing so much.
Man.
Or like people just treating it as a bag.
See, we're going to make that. I got so many more questions to go.
Yeah,
Part
yeah.
2 is coming, y'all. Look, I got to wrap us up, man. Shout out to Emerald Dreams Lab. Shout out to DJ E.
For sure.
Just on the way out, man, the one question I love asking people, when they're done listening to your music, when the stream is over, the CD skips, when the show is over, what do you want them to walk away from that experience or having heard you?
I'm going to just say push because that's what I did.
Mm.
Just I say don't give up. I would say rapping wasn't even my thing. I feel like you can get good at whatever it is you want to get better at. You can do it. You just got to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. You know what I mean? Don't like as cliche as that sounds. You just got to get out there and do it, man. We spend a lot of time worrying. So some of the dopest people I know are scared to put out projects. And I was one who didn't rap and got more projects than them.
Right.
And I'm getting better. And up get you. So it just
See, there's so many
just
more
do it. Stop being
questions,
so
all that.
scared.
Just get
A
out
lot
there.
of people are scared, bro, of their own self. They blocking their own self.
Get out your own way.
Yeah, like
your
you're gonna
own
get
way.
blessed. You're blessed people. Yeah, and just get out. Yeah, just get out your own way.
Just push. He said push.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's been a hell of an interview. Bump Jonas here with Nick
Nick
Bendo.
Bendo, come on.
Hey, man, Lab Legends, man. I appreciate you, bro. We're going
Appreciate
to have you back.
I got a
We
question too for you
Uh-oh.
before we get out of here.
Let's go. Let's go.
If I never see you again,
Mm.
what advice could you give my son?
If give you or
My
you,
son,
if you never saw me again, what advice could I give your son?
cause I ain't here.
Oh, man. The best advice that I would give your son or anybody's son
Yeah,
is to never forget your father's face. Always remember the best times that you ever had with your dad. And if you never had a dad, try to remember some good times that he could have imposed on your life, because a father means way more than just discipline or spanking ass or bringing home a check. That's all I got.
oh, we got to double back. We got to double back.
Hey, man, thank you again so much for this opportunity, this interview. We're going to do this again. Bump Jonas, man, Nick Bendo, Emerald Dream Lab Legends. Y'all have a good one. Peace.